I spent years learning random celebrity voices for fun. It ended up saving my sister's life. Everyone thought I was wasting my time with the voice impressions, and honestly, I couldn't blame them, because what kind of 28-year-old man spends 6 hours a day practicing celebrity voices in his apartment while working a dead-end job at a call center? My name is Colin, and for the past 7 years, I'd been obsessed with vocal mimicry, not just doing surface-level impressions, but actually studying the physiological mechanics of how different people produce sound, analyzing pitch patterns and resonance, and the subtle muscle movements that make each voice unique. It started as a party trick in college when I did a Morgan Freeman impression that made my roommate spit out his beer, and somehow it spiraled into this all-consuming hobby where I'd spend entire weekends watching interviews and movies, breaking down every vocal quirk and practicing until my throat was raw. My girlfriend left me over it 2 years ago, said I cared more about sounding like other people than being myself, and my parents kept hinting that maybe I should focus on my actual career instead of this weird obsession that would never pay bills or lead anywhere productive. But I couldn't stop because there was something almost meditative about the process of deconstructing a voice and rebuilding it in my own throat, like solving a complex puzzle where the pieces were muscle memory and breath control. I had a whole notebook filled with phonetic breakdowns and audio recordings of my practice sessions, tracking my progress with different celebrities like it was scientific research. By 2023, I could do maybe 30 voices convincingly enough that people couldn't tell the difference in a phone call. Everyone from actors like Tom Hanks and Samuel Jackson to politicians like Obama and Trump, even some YouTube personalities and podcast hosts whose vocal patterns I'd studied obsessively. My younger sister Tessa used to think it was cool when we were kids, would beg me to do different voices during car rides or when she needed cheering up. But as we got older, she started making the same comments as everyone else about how I needed to grow up and focus on real skills that mattered. She was studying pre-med at Stanford, brilliant and driven and everything I wasn't, and family dinners became uncomfortable when my parents would praise her accomplishments and then ask me with forced optimism if anything interesting was happening with my hobby. The last time I'd seen Tessa before everything happened was at Christmas 6 months ago, and we'd gotten into an argument about my life choices that ended with her saying something that really hurt. She'd said that I was hiding behind other people's voices because I was too scared to figure out who I actually was, that my impressions were just another way of avoiding real human connection and responsibility. I'd gotten defensive, and we hadn't spoken much after that, just occasional texts and awkward phone calls where we both pretended the fight hadn't happened. My mom kept trying to get us to make up, but I was stubborn, and Tessa was busy with school, and somehow 6 months passed without us really reconciling. Then, on a Wednesday evening in June, I got a phone call from my mom,